Hi, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. It's great to be with you. Can we start off by saying our good morning, boys and girls, in sign language together? Here we go. Good morning, boys and girls. And then what can you say to your teacher? Good morning, teacher. Today, boys and girls, is Wednesday. You're very right. Can you read that word with me? Wednesday. Wednesday begins with this letter right here. It is a W, and W says w. Is Wednesday a long word or a short word, do you think? It's a long word, I would agree, because I see lots of letters. I'm going to put it on our 2 white strips, and then we're going to look at the calendar because boy, oh boy, boys and girls, I don't see any numbers anymore. They're all gone. We're in a brand new month. The month's name begins with the letter D, and it says December. And we can kind of tell what holiday we will celebrate in the month of December. It's one of a few holidays that you can celebrate in the month of December. I see presents and candy canes. Makes me think of Christmas, and we will be celebrating that at the end of our month. Let's spell December together. We're going to start with the letter D in 3, in 2, in 1. D-E-C-E-M-B-E-R. Spells December. Great job. How many numbers are on the board so far? Just 1. So I bet you can guess what number comes after 1. You would be right. It is the number 2. I have 3 cards in my hand, so let's see. Is that the number 2? No, that's not the number 2. It's the number 3. And 3 comes after 2. Do we need it today? No, we will need it tomorrow. You're very right, so I'm going to put it back. This number, it's kind of a fancy one. 4, you're right. This is the number 4. We're going to put that next to number 3. I have 1 card left. How did we do? Ding, ding, ding. This is the number 2. So today, boys and girls, is Wednesday, December 2nd. Now it's your turn. Here we go. Today is Wednesday, December 2nd. Great job. And now I know it's time for the pledge. So Miss Miller's going to get the flag. And I'm going to ask my friends to find their right hand and hold it up high. And then put it right over your heart. And our left hand is down by our side. And we'll say the pledge together in 3, in 2, in 1. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What a great job. So we sang This Land Is Your Land on Monday. How about if we put our hands back over our hearts and we'll sing God Bless America.
Soulmate is connected.
Here we go. It's my very last song. There it is. Here we go. friends. Beautiful singing. Before we get started on our letter of the day and singing our ABC song, I wanted to show you something that is up on the board. I have a Santa Claus. Everyone got one of these in their packets. Santa has a very long beard, and his beard has numbers on it, and the numbers go from 1 to 25. This is called a Santa's Countdown for the month of December. Every day, for every number, you're going to color a space red. As you color the spaces red, the beard will get redder and redder. As the beard gets redder and redder, that means we get closer and closer to Christmas. So, yesterday was the first day in the month of December, so I colored Santa's beard on the number 1 line. The line above it says 2. So today is the second day in the month of December, so I am going to color that line red as well. And then the next time I see you, it will be the 4th, and we'll be coloring all the way up to here. So as that beard gets redder and redder, it's getting closer and closer to Christmas. It's a real fun way to kind of predict when Christmas is going to be. So I'm going to put this right over here for now. And I'm going to get out our ABC chart. Here we go, friends. And we're going to sing our ABC song together with our beautiful singing voices. And then we're going to talk about the letter J, okay? So here we go. Miss Miller needs to find the letter A. There it is. What letter is that? C, you're very right. Well, there's the letter A. What letter is that? That's G, you're very right. There it is. E, nope. Is that it? Nope. B, where is A? Next to it, you're very right. And here we go in 3, in 2, in 1. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Beautiful job. A says A. A is the name and the sound is A. A, like apple and Allison. B says B. B is the name and the sound is B. B, like ball and Ben. C says K. C is the name and the sound is K, like cat and Caden. D says D, you're very right. D is the name and the sound is D. D, like dog and daddy. E can say E, like its name, eat and ear, but it also says A. E is the name and the sound is A, like elephant, Eddie, and Eliana. F, you're very right. Bunny teeth time. F is the name and the sound is for feather and our friend Finley. G can say ch for our friend Genevieve, but it also says G. And when you put your hand over your neck, you can feel that gulping sound. G. Here we go. G is the name and the sound is G. Like garbage truck. Our hot sound, you're right, this is the letter H. Here we go. H is the name and the sound is like horse. I, 2 sounds for I. I says it, like insect, but it also says I, its name, like ice cream. Here we go. I is the name and the sound is I, like ice cream. Great job. Ding, 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 ding. Our letter of the day. J says ch, like jet. Here we go. J is the name and the sound is ch, 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 like jet. What a great job. Thank you, friends. All right, let's look at our word wall, boys and girls, to see how many words we have on it. Maybe we can add a couple of more. And we'll also try to inventive spell the word of the day, okay? So let me show you what we have so far. We have an uppercase J and a lowercase j. We have jet and juggle, job and jingle, and jelly bean. Those are 5 great words. Can we think of any more? I'm going to use red so we can see the difference between the words we thought of on Monday and then the words that we think of today. Our jelly beans, when we made our prediction, boys and girls, were in a jar. You're very right. And jar begins with the letter J. J-A-R. Great job. I showed you a very fun game that your grandmas and grandpas might have played when they were little. It was on Grandparent Guest Day. They are called jacks, where I bounced the ball and I tried to pick up as many jacks as I could in that one bounce. Jacks. Jacks also starts with the letter J. Also, my friend Allison has a brother, and his name is Jack. So we get to put 2 Jack words on our word wall. And then Eddie's mommy's name begins with the letter J too, and it says Gerald. Her name is Gerald. Remember, Miss Gerald came in to help us out one day. Uppercase J for names. And boy, oh boy, we can't forget one of our favorite people who helps me out all the time in the classroom, Miss Jess. Let's try it. Jess. Her name also begins with the letter J. What a great job, Miss Jess. I love it. We've thought of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 J words already, and we haven't even done our inventive spelling word. But let's count them all together. Let's see, because we've done this before, what 5, our number sentence, plus 5 equals, okay? Remember, plus, that's a symbol, plus, adding, we want to know how many we have in all, equal, what 5 plus 5 equals. Here we go. And do I get to cross this number out? Yes, we've added more. So we're going to cross out that number 5. Here we go, friends. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know 5 plus 5 equals 10. Oh, can you take your hand, put it on your shoulder? Good job. Good job. You did a fabulous job. Thank you so much. All right. The word of the day is a silly word. Are you ready? Begins with the letter J. Junk. Junk. We're going to talk about what junk means in a few minutes, but let's try to inventive spell that word junk, okay? I'm going to get my poster here so that we can look at the letters as we go. That would be the very first letter. J, ooh, umbrella. That also says Does anyone know the name of that letter? He says you. You're very right. Like needle or nest. And good job. All right, our last letter is very tricky. It says like cat and our friend Kaden, but there's another letter that we're going to be learning about on Friday that also says and that happens to be the last letter in our word junk. Does anyone know the name of that letter? Yes, it's K. What a great job. So J-U-N-K spells junk. Hickety, pickety, bumblebee. Can you say the word with me? Junk. Now, can you spell the word? J-U-N-K. Now, can we shout that word junk? Junk! The opposite of shout would be to whisper. Junk. Can we clap it to see how many beats or syllables it has in it? Junk. I clapped one time. That means there's one syllable, one beat, and junk. Can we stomp junk? Junk. And now can we cheer it? Junk. What a great job, friends. All right, before we talk about junk and practice printing our uppercase and lowercase j's, I thought it might be fun if we did 5 little speckled frogs to move our bodies. Okay, so can you show me 5? And I will find our 5 little speckled frogs song. There it is. Here we go.
5 little speckled frogs sitting on a hollow log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into a pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 4 little speckled frogs. Cluck, cluck. 4 little speckled frogs sitting on a hollow log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into a pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 3 little speckled frogs. Cluck, cluck. 3 little speckled frogs sitting on a hollow log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into a pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 2 little speckled frogs. Cluck, cluck. 2 little speckled frogs sitting on a hollow log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into a pool where it was nice and cool. Now there's just 1 little speckled frog. Cluck, cluck. 1 little speckled frog sitting on a hollow log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into a pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no little speckled frogs.
Love. Great job, friends. Great job. That's a fun one. I like that one. All right, friends. All of my friends have your journals that you got to take home. I'm going to open my page to the very first blank page that I see. We are going to practice printing our uppercase and our lowercase j's. And I would love if you could follow along with your journals, okay? We're gonna start with our uppercase J, and you might notice, boys and girls, that you have lines in your journals. These lines in your journals are a lot like the lines that we print when we are practicing our upper and lowercase j's on our board. We have a top line, a bottom line, and a middle marker. Now, Mrs. Miller is gonna make a top line. I'm gonna make a bottom line, and I'm gonna make a middle marker, just to be able to show you, okay? And then I'm gonna use my red marker so you can see it very well. So uppercase J starts at the very top. You ready? Straight line down, hook, sideways at the top. All right, your turn, here we go. Straight line down, hook, sideways at the top. What a great job. Now you can do this in your journal so we can save our work, okay? Now I'm gonna do a top line, a bottom line, and a middle marker again. These will be for practice with our lowercase j's, okay? Lowercase j's start at the middle marker. They start right here at the middle marker. They look pretty much the same as our uppercase J. It's a straight line down with a hook and a dot that floats at the top. Straight line down with a hook and a dot that floats at the top. All right, I'm gonna point to one. I want you to tell me if it's uppercase or lowercase. Lowercase, great job. Uppercase, great job. Tried to fool you. Uppercase, good job. And lowercase, great job. Who remembers how many letters are in our alphabet? 26. 26 uppercase and 26 lowercase. Great job. And then you can save your journal and we'll do some work on it again either on Friday or next week, okay? All right, what's junk? What's junk? Another word for junk sometimes can be garbage. If you're done with something, a wrapper, if something has broken, we usually throw it in the garbage. Sometimes though, you can take that junk and you can do something else with it. It's called repurposing. You can turn it into something else, something fun for you to play with. I have a couple of things here. I have a box. Mrs. Miller needed to buy some brand new Christmas lights for her tree this year. Now, this box, I would step on it and I would put it into the recycling because I no longer need it. To me, it's junk or it's garbage. But if you're using your imagination, there's lots of fun things you could do with it. I'm gonna take my scissors, I'm gonna be very careful, and I'm gonna cut the top off and the bottom off, okay? Top and the bottom. Didn't have to look for too much junk today. I just got a couple of things out. All right, now I'm doing the bottom. And then I'm just gonna have a box that has an opening at the top and an opening at the bottom. But if I'm putting my imagination cap on, I'm thinking to myself what I can do with this box, okay? So here's what I thought. I thought if I decorated this and I colored it up, this would make a great set of binoculars. Who knows what binoculars are? Binoculars are used to see things that are far away and to bring them up closer, okay? So I can take my markers and I can color it. I could take some paper and glue paper on it, and I could decorate it any way I wanted to. And then I could play with it because this would be my very own binoculars. What do you think? So is this junk anymore? Not to Mrs. Miller, it's not. I turned it into something else, something that I could use. I have one more thing to show you. It is also a box. It held cards in it. Mrs. Miller had bought some cards so I could send them out in the mail. And it has a really nice white paper background, very, very white. And it also has a frame around it. And to me, I was thinking, wow, that'd make a cool picture frame. So what I could do is I could draw a picture inside and turn it into something that I could keep. So let's see, I'll do this. And you could do anything you wanted with your junk around your house, finding things. Mrs. Miller just happened to be taking the garbage out today, and these were two things that I thought I could use again. So here I go. I'm going to show you what I made. And it's very fun too. Something fun to do when it's raining and you can't get outside. What'd I do? Did I turn it into a Christmas tree? It's not junk anymore, is it? And I could add more to my picture, or I could hang my picture. So anything that you have laying around the house can be repurposed. You can use it again and again. You just have to think and have your imagination caps on, okay? I have one of my favorite stories. It's called The Best Nest. It's about Mr. and Mrs. Bird. They use lots of junk, what we would think would be junk, to make their perfect best nest, okay? So, again, the title of our story is The Best Nest. It is written and illustrated by P.D. Eastman. He's the author, he thought up the story, and he also drew the wonderful pictures. Who do you think the main characters of our story are gonna be, boys and girls? The birds, Daddy Bird and Mommy Bird. And will there be a problem in our story? There sure will. Here we go, look, junk already. Things that we would probably find in the garbage, they're going to use them to make their very best nest. All right, here we go. Mr. Bird was happy. He was so happy he had to sing. This was Mr. Bird's song. I love my house, I love my nest. In all the world, my nest is best. He's so very happy. I don't know about Mommy Bird though. Not sure about Mama Bird. Then Mrs. Bird came out of the house. It's not the best nest, she said. I'm tired of this old place. Let's look for a new place. So I think Mrs. Bird wants to move. So they left the old place to look for a new one. This place looks so nice, said Mr. Bird. Let's move in here. See the hole in the tree? There you go. But somebody else had already moved in. So they looked at another house. This one looks nice. Is that a house? I think it's a shoe. There's nobody in it, said Mr. Bird. What's coming though? A giant foot. You're wrong, said Mrs. Bird. This house belongs to a foot. So they went on looking. Oh, I like this one, said Mr. Bird. It has a pretty red flag on the roof. I've always wanted a house with a flag, said Mrs. Bird. Maybe this will be all right. Does it look all right? It doesn't. Because what is this? It's a mailbox. But it was not all right. I guess I made a mistake, said Mr. Bird. You've made too many mistakes, said Mrs. Bird. I'm going to pick out the next house. And here it is, right here. This is the steeple of a church. They flew in and they looked around. Isn't it too big, asked Mr. Bird. I like this old place, said Mrs. Bird. This is the place to build our nest. Now, if you're looking right here, friends, it's a bell. Is it a big bell or a little bell? It's a very big bell. So would it make a big noise or a little noise, do you think? I'm afraid it might make a big noise. That could be a problem. So let's think about that. They went right to work. They needed many things to build their nest. First, they found some hay. They got some soda straws, broom straws, even sweater string, lots of junk. They got some sock string, mattress stuffing, horsehair, man hair, oh my. And soon they had all the hay, straw, string, stuffing, horsehair, and man hair they could carry. And they took it all back to build their nest. Mr. and Mrs. Bird worked very hard. It took them the rest of the morning to finish their nest. This nest is really the best, said Mrs. Bird. I want to stay here forever. Mr. Bird was happy too. He flew to the top of his new house and he sang his song again. I love our house, I love our nest. In all the world, our nest is best. He was so busy singing that he didn't even see Mr. Parker coming. There he is, friend. Why would Mr. Parker be coming to the church? Every day at 12 o'clock, Mr. Parker did come to the church. He came to pull a rope. The rope went up to Mrs. Bird and Mr. and Mrs. Bird's nest. What do you think that rope is for? Any guesses? Oh boy. The rope rang the big bell right under Mrs. Bird's nest. Bong, bong, bong. How do they look? Would that be a loud noise or a soft noise? A very loud noise. Mrs. Bird got out of there as fast as she could. So there goes Mrs. Bird, and here's Mr. Bird. When Mr. Bird came back in, all he could see was a mess of hay, string, stuffing, horsehair, and man hair, and straws. Where was Mrs. Bird? He didn't see Mrs. Bird leave. I will look for her until I find her, he said. He looked high. Can you look high? Opposite of high? Low. He looked low. He looked everywhere for her. He looked down into a chimney. Would she be in a chimney? She wasn't there. He looked down into a water barrel. She wasn't there. Then he saw a big fat cat with a big fat smile on the fat cat's face. There were pretty brown feathers there too. Mr. Bird began to cry. Oh dear, he said, that big fat cat has eaten Mrs. Bird. Mr. Bird flew off. I'll never see her again. It was getting dark. It began to rain. This is such a huge problem. It rained harder and harder that Mr. Bird could not even see where he was going. Crash. That word says crash. He bumped into something. It was his old house. That old house that Mrs. Bird did not like. I'll go inside, said Mr. Bird. I'll rest here until the rain stops. He went in, and there was Mrs. Bird, and she was singing, I love my house, I love my nest, in all the world, my nest is best. Aw, you here? Gasped Mr. Bird. I thought you didn't like our old nest. Mrs. Bird smiled. I used to not like it, she said, but a mother bird can change your mind. You see, there's no old nest like an old nest for a brand new... What is that? An egg? What's going to happen? Let's see. Baby bird. Happy ending? The end. And here's another picture of the junk that they used to make their very best nest. Well, friends, I had a great J Junk Day with you. I will see you on Friday when we move to the letter K, and we're going to talk about a marsupial animal. So can we put our hands in the air to sing our goodbye song? Here we go in 3, in 2, in 1. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Give a smile and a wave. We will see you another day. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. I'll see you on Friday.